She planned to humiliate me on the night I proposed. So I gave her a show she'd never forget. For weeks, I had poured every ounce of my heart into planning a night I believed would mark the beginning of forever. From the moment I placed the order for the custom ring, its band engraved with words only she and I would understand, I envisioned the look in her eyes when I dropped to one knee. I reserved a quiet corner at her favorite restaurant, the one with low lights and vintage jazz humming through the walls. I even arranged for a photographer to sit quietly at the bar, camera ready to capture her joy the second she said yes. 'Cause I believed she would say yes. Why wouldn't she? For over 3 years, Clara and I had built what I thought was a life rooted in love. Lazy Sunday mornings, kitchen slow dances, inside jokes whispered under blankets. Every shared dream felt like a stepping stone to something lasting. That morning, I picked up the ring from the jeweler. It felt heavier than I expected, not just in gold but in meaning. As I opened the velvet box one last time, a strange lump formed in my throat. Nervousness, I assumed. The good kind. Back at my apartment, I took extra care getting dressed. The charcoal gray suit she'd once said made me look dangerously handsome was pressed and ready. I adjusted my cufflinks, checked my tie twice. Every detail mattered. Every moment had to be perfect. And then, fate stepped in. Her phone was on my couch. I recognized the case. Red leather, a chipped corner from when she'd dropped it on the subway. I picked it up, intending to bring it with me. Just as I turned it over, the screen lit up with a new message from her best friend, Harper. Still planning to reject him tonight. Confused, I unlocked it. We didn't keep secrets between us, or so I thought. My heart began to pound, but I told myself it couldn't mean what I thought it meant. Then came Clara's reply. Course. He's proposing tonight. Wait till you see me turn him down. It'll be epic. Froze. The air left the room, as if someone had pulled a plug on the universe. For a few seconds I just stood there, rereading the words, praying I had misunderstood something. Anything. But no. She knew. She had known all along. And worse, this wasn't just a rejection. It was a setup. A cruel little performance for laughs. For Harper. Maybe for others too. My knees nearly buckled. That ring in my pocket now felt like a punchline. I could have confronted her then and there. Cancelled dinner. Thrown the ring away. But as the sting settled into my bones, something in me hardened. She wanted drama. Fine. She would get a scene. But not the one she rehearsed. So I put on my best smile, picked her up as planned, and acted like nothing had changed. Like I was still the man who believed we were about to begin forever. She didn't suspect a thing. She looked radiant that night. Her confidence was unmistakable, even smug. Maybe she was imagining how she'd deliver the perfect, poised rejection. A gentle shake of the head. A sympathetic smile. A patronizing pat on the hand. We sat across from each other at the restaurant, exchanging meaningless small talk. She laughed more than usual. Tossed her hair. Maybe she thought she was in control. When dessert arrived, I stood. The restaurant quieted. Clara looked up with her best performance face. Half startled, half glowing. Her hand moved toward her chest like she was preparing for a dramatic letdown. But I didn't go down on one knee. Instead, I pulled her phone from my jacket pocket, turned the screen to face her, and read aloud in a calm, clear voice. Of course. He's proposing tonight. Wait till you see me turn him down. It'll be epic. The gasps that followed were instant and sharp. A hush fell across the room like a curtain. Her expression crumbled. Color drained from her cheeks. Her lips parted, but no sound came. The audience she thought she'd play to had suddenly turned on her. I slipped the ring box back into my pocket. You could have just told me the truth, I said quietly. You didn't have to turn it into a show. And then I left. No yelling. No tears. Just silence. The night air hit me as I stepped outside. Crisp. Oh, honest. Oddly enough, I didn't feel broken. Felt free. Like I'd walked through fire and come out the other side lighter. Back at my apartment, I loosened my tie, poured myself a drink, and sat in the stillness. No more pretending. No more illusions. The woman I thought I loved didn't exist. But in her betrayal, she'd done me a favor. My phone buzzed relentlessly. Apologies, explanations, frantic attempts to rewrite the script, but I didn't answer. I wouldn't. Because that night, she gave me something far more valuable than her hand in marriage. She gave me the truth. And I would never settle for less again.